Okay, Google, turn on my ceiling fan light. Want to see how that's done? Stay tuned. Let's give it a go. Hey people of YouTube, today we're covering the complete installation of the 52-inch Burgess Smart Ceiling Fan. If you found this video, you might be stuck in your own installation and you're looking for some help, we're here to do just that. We've already unpacked the fan and we're going to install this thing step by step all the way to turning it on and everything in between, so stick with us and we'll get you through it. If you want to use the links below to fast forward to any step in the installation process, feel free, and that way you don't have to watch the whole video. If after watching though, you found it helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. So before we get started, let's just talk about the fan for a second. It is a smart ceiling fan, so you have a variety of control options. You have an included remote control. You can control the fan via the Hubspace app with your smart device like a phone or tablet, or you can control it with your voice once it's integrated with Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa. It does have a slide-on mounting bracket and AccuArm blade arms for easy installation, and it is a 52-inch fan, indoors, dual mount, so you can hang it from a standard flat ceiling or a higher angled ceiling. Now before we get started, just a couple of notes. You want to make sure that the electricity is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch. If you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. Another note is if you're hanging this fan where there is just a light fixture on your ceiling, you need to make sure that the outlet box is clearly marked acceptable for fan support. If not, you'll need to swap that out before beginning. Now a couple notes about the fan. Included in the box you'll have this quick start guide. This has a QR code that you'll need when setting up the fan with the Hubspace app to integrate with Google Assistant or Alexa. Another note is with the remote receiver. This Wi-Fi antenna must be located outside of the canopy to communicate with the network. And it is compatible with 2.4 gigahertz networks, not compatible with a 5 gigahertz network. And one other installation note is in the switch cup of the fan. You'll notice this screwdriver access hole. You'll stick the screwdriver through this hole in order to attach the blade arms to the fan. So as you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan and I've opened up the manual to the parts page. We're just going to go over all the parts before beginning, and that way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up, you have the slide-on mounting bracket. That comes pre-installed inside the canopy with a decorative ring on the bottom, and we'll show you in the first step how to remove that to get started. You'll have the ball and down rod assembly. You'll have 5 AccuArm blade arms, 5 reversible blades, the remote and receiver. The remote does include a wall cradle for convenient storage when not in use. You'll have a hardware pack that has the blade attachment screws, plastic wire nuts, the hanger and locking pin. You have the fan motor. You have 4 LED bulbs and 4 frosted glass shades. If installing the fan with an extension down rod, you'll also have a bit of extension wiring. So we have all the parts here. Just some tools we're going to need for this project. Need a Phillips head screwdriver. We like to have a long one and a short one on hand. You may need a pair of wire cutters and strippers. You'll need some electrical tape. We like to have a line voltage tester just to make sure the wires aren't live before beginning. And of course a ladder. So we have everything here. We're ready to begin. Let's do this. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the canopy with the decorative ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first pull off the decorative ring. It's magnetic, so it just pulls off. You'll notice an alignment post at the base of the canopy. You'll need to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the base of the canopy, enough so that that alignment post can exit that hole. Once those 2 screws are loosened, you'll simply lift and twist the mounting bracket to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The bracket has 2 keyhole slots that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. Simply align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and then slide to hold in place before tightening. This is just a demonstration. To install the mounting bracket, begin by using a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen but not remove the 2 screws in the outlet box. Next, feed the house supply lines through the mounting bracket and align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws that were loosened in the outlet box. Then slide the mounting bracket into place. Then, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both of the outlet box screws and secure the mounting bracket. Make sure that both screws are completely tightened. Before attaching the downrod, you'll need to use a Phillips head screwdriver to loosen but not remove the two set screws located on the motor collar. Next, gently pull the green ground wire from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Then, place the canopy on the downrod so that the downrod exits the smallest hole of the canopy. Next, place the decorative ring on the downrod. Make sure the black side with the notches is facing towards the canopy. The last piece is the decorative motor collar cover. Slide that onto the downrod, making sure that the largest opening is facing towards the end of the downrod. Then gently feed the wires through the bottom of the downrod so that they exit through the ball portion. Gently pull the wires through until the downrod meets the motor collar at the top of the motor. Insert the downrod into the motor collar. Locate the hanger pin in the hardware pack and align the holes at the end of the downrod with the holes in the motor collar. Insert the hanger pin through one hole so that it goes through the downrod and exits the hole on the opposite side of the motor collar. Then take the locking pin and insert that into the hole in the end of the hanger pin until it snaps in place. Once the hanger pin and locking pin have been set, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten the two set screws on the motor collar. Once those screws are tight, slide the motor collar cover down and rest the canopy ring and canopy on the motor collar cover. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the slot in the ball that will engage the tab in the mounting bracket. When hanging, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab. This is just a close-up demonstration. To hang the fan, lift the assembly up to the ceiling, noting the location of the tab and the slot. Slide the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the assembly until you feel that slot engage the tab in the mounting bracket. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated. When installing the receiver, make sure the flat side of the receiver is facing towards the ceiling. You'll notice that one side of the receiver has the quick connect plug that will connect to the fan wiring. The other side of the receiver has two wires to connect to the house wiring. Insert the receiver into the mounting bracket with the antenna side first, so that the receiver rests on the ball and downrod assembly. Begin wiring the fan by taking the plug from the fan wires and inserting that into the plug from the receiver. The connectors will simply snap together. Next, take the green wire from the ball and downrod assembly and twist that wire together with the green wire from the mounting bracket. Next, connect the green wires to the bare copper house wire. This is the ground connection. Finish the connection using a plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Next, take the white wire from the receiver and twist that wire together with the white wire from the house supply lines. These are the neutral connections. Twist those two wires together and finish the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Finish the wiring by taking the black wire from the receiver and connecting that wire to the black wire from the house supply lines. This is the power connection. Twist those two wires together and secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once all the wire connections have been made, gently tuck the wires around the mounting bracket and into the outlet box to make room for the canopy to attach. The canopy attaches to the mounting bracket using two keyhole slots on either side of the canopy that will align with the two screws at the base of the mounting bracket. Make sure that the white Wi-Fi antenna is located outside of the canopy, and then slide the canopy up so that those two mounting bracket screws come through the keyhole slots and twist the canopy to hold it in place. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both mounting bracket screws. It's okay to tilt the fan to give the screwdriver access to the screws. Make sure both screws are completely tightened before proceeding. The decorative ring is magnetic. you just need to align the slots of the decorative ring with the 2 screws at the base of the canopy, and then slide the decorative ring up, and it will attach itself to the bottom of the canopy. To attach the Wi-Fi antenna to the ceiling, remove the adhesive backing from the double stick tape that's pre-installed on the Wi-Fi antenna. You can push the excess wire back into the canopy and then position the Wi-Fi antenna against the ceiling and press firmly to stick it to the ceiling. To assemble the blades, you'll need the bag of blade attachment screws from the hardware pack. The blades are reversible, so choose the finish that you want and make sure that the opposite side is facing up. The blade arms have 3 posts that will align with the 3 holes at the end of the blades. Then align the screw holes of the blade with the posts on the blade arm. Press the blade arm and the blades together, and then using a blade attachment screw, start 1 screw in each hole. Once all 3 screws are started, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all 3 screws. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. The AccuArm blade arms feature a post on the blade arm that aligns with a slot in the motor for easy installation. Simply insert the post into the slot in the motor. This will align the screws perfectly. Then insert the screwdriver through the access hole in the switch cup and tighten the blade arm. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. Make sure all of the blade arm screws are completely tightened before proceeding with the installation. The light kit attaches to the fan using 3 screws that are pre-installed in the light kit's switch cap. Those 3 screws will align with the 3 screw holes in the switch cup at the base of the fan. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the 3 screws in the switch cap. Connect the wiring by connecting the white wire from the light kit to the white wire from the fan and the blue wire from the light kit to the blue wire from the fan. The wires will snap together using the Easy Connect plugs. Once the wire connections have been made, gently tuck the wires into the light kit and the switch cup. Note the notch cutout on the light kit. This cutout will align with the reverse switch on the side of the switch cup. Align the notch cutout with the reverse switch and align the holes in the light kit with the holes in the switch cup, and then gently press the light kit into the fan. While holding the light kit in place, insert one of the 3 screws that was removed and saved at the beginning of this step. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten this screw. Then repeat for the 2 remaining screws. Before attaching the glass shades, you'll first need to unscrew, remove, and save 1 compression ring from each of the 4 sockets. To attach the glass shades, slide the shade over the light socket and then replace the compression ring. Make sure the flat side of the ring is facing towards the inner edge of the light socket. Screw the compression ring onto the light socket. Make sure not to over-tighten. Hand tightening is just fine. Do not use any tools for this step. Repeat this process for the 3 remaining shades. Install the LED bulbs by simply screwing them into each of the sockets. Before using the remote, you'll need to insert the batteries that were included. Slide the battery compartment cover off the back of the remote and then insert the batteries according to the diagram inside the battery compartment. Once the batteries are inserted, replace the battery cover by sliding it onto the back of the remote. The remote comes paired with the ceiling fan from the factory, but if you have more than 1 remote control ceiling fan in the house, it may be necessary to change the frequency of the remote. To change the frequency, start with the power to the fan turned off at the breaker box or at the wall switch, and then change the position of the dip switch in the battery compartment of the remote. Return power to the fan at the breaker box and wall switch, and within 30 seconds, press and release the Learn button in the battery compartment of the remote control. If pairing is successful, the fan's light will blink. To attach the wall cradle to the wall, begin by removing the screw cover by sliding it out of the wall cradle. Then choose a position on the wall where you'd like to store the remote when not in use. Use the included screws and a Phillips head screwdriver to attach the wall cradle to the wall. Make sure both screws are tight. You may want to use anchors that are also provided when attaching the wall cradle to the wall. Once the screws are tight, reinsert the screw cover into the slots of the wall cradle. This fan features a full function remote control. To turn the fan and light off at the same time, press the power button. Press the fan speed button to cycle through the fan's 4 speeds. Press once for high speed, twice for medium 2 speed, 3 times for medium 1 speed, 4 times for low speed, and once again to turn the fan off. Press the remote light button to turn the light on. Press it again to turn it off. Press and hold to cycle through the dimming. Release the button once the desired brightness is achieved. The Comfort Breeze setting will randomly alternate your fan's 4 speeds to create an organic breeze effect. Press once to start the Comfort Breeze mode, press twice to exit the Comfort Breeze mode. The fan timer button will automatically turn the fan off at a desired setting. Press once to turn the fan off in 2 hours, twice for 4 hours, and 3 times for 8 hours. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor. The reverse switch is located right above the light shade. Switch left creates a downward airflow for use in the hotter months to create a cooling effect. Switch right creates an upward airflow to pull warm air from the ceiling and draw it into the room during the cooler months. The factory default is for a downward airflow. Make sure the fan is off before attempting to reverse the fan's direction. Download the free Hubspace app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store and follow the instructions in the app to register an account. Place the Hubspace card with the QR code that came with the remote on a flat surface. Then open up the app and press the plus button in the top right-hand corner. This will bring up the option to add a device. Select Add a Device and have your phone pointed at that QR code to allow it to scan the code and set up the device. Then follow the prompts in the app to name the fan and select a location. Tap the Next button and then enter your home network's credentials to connect your fan to your Wi-Fi network. Then tap Connect to connect your fan to your Wi-Fi network. You'll receive the message in the app once the fan is connected. Select your fan from the app's home screen to bring up the control module. From here you can adjust the fan speed, the light color temperature, and the light brightness settings. Using the buttons at the bottom of the screen, you can set a schedule, a timer, or change the settings of your fan, such as your fan name and location. Press the orange Hubspace button at the bottom of the screen to easily integrate your fan with the voice assistant of your choosing. Then simply follow the on-screen prompts to complete the setup. Once setup is complete, use the voice commands listed in your manual to control the fan. Congratulations, your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax with a nice tall beverage, and enjoy your new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.